The Galaxy S10 has a lot to love about it. There's so much to love that I made a separate video highlighting the great things about this device. But after using it for several days as my daily driver, my main phone complete with my personal T-Mobile SIM card, I found some not so enjoyable areas of the phone that I think are worth discussing. By far, the most frustrating area has been with the in-display fingerprint scanner. Samsung has opted in for an ultrasonic reader that reads the texture of your unique fingerprint using sound waves instead of light, which really sounds cool on paper and in advertisements, but I found it to be very inconsistent and way more frustrating to use than it's worth. First of all, you have to press firmly on the display. You can't just lightly tap it or lay your finger on it gently. You have to put some force into it. And it works when the display is off, which is a huge perk over the OnePlus 6T's in-display fingerprint scanner, which needs the power on the display and light up your finger. But that also means that you have to place your finger in the precise location that the fingerprint sensor is located, which can be kind of hard to see when the display is off since there are no visual guides as to where that sensor might be. So if you press firmly on the display in the right spot, you also run the risk of the sensor just not detecting your fingerprint because you may have registered it at a different angle. And I've noticed that if my finger is a little bit dirty or a little bit wet, it's even less likely to unlock the phone. And when you compare it to a traditional fingerprint scanner, it's just not that fast either. Especially compared to the Galaxy S10e's sensor, which might be the fastest sensor I've ever used. Now look, it's Generation 1 technology, so I can't be too mad at Samsung. I still think it's really cool when it works, but security is important, and you're not left with very many other quick and ultra-secure ways to unlock your phone. The facial recognition can be easily spoofed, PIN and pattern can be relatively easy to hack, and aren't as fast to unlock the phone. That's really the biggest thing here. The password unlock is the safest, but it isn't a very quick way to unlock the phone either. A fingerprint scanner is a nice, secure, quick way, and when it doesn't work very well, it causes some real issues for me. This issue alone makes me want to switch this phone out for the Galaxy S10e. So that's the biggest con with the S10. I also found that the camera performance in low light isn't as impressive as the Pixel 3. I think it would be neat of Samsung to include some sort of night sight mode that uses software and image processing to bump up the exposure, just like the Pixel 3. The Pixel 3's low light performance is just in a league of its own. It's so good. Also, with the camera, the wide-angle camera does a poor job focusing on nearby subjects. You'll want to stick to the main or telephoto sensor if you're taking any close-up shots or plan on taking a photo with a lot of bokeh. Some other more minor gripes include the slower fast charging support. Many flagship phones last year offered Qualcomm's Quick Charge 3.0 technology, and some even offered Quick Charge 4.0, but Samsung is stuck with Quick Charge 2.0 in the Galaxy S10. An ultra-premium smartphone released in 2019. Wireless charging is actually almost as fast as quick charging with the S10, which is kind of strange. Now, the recent Note 7 battery debacle might be the blame, but faster fast charging would have been nice to see here. Also, since this phone doesn't support stock Android directly from Google, it will be receiving updates at a slower rate. You gotta wait for Samsung to push the update, and then if you're not using the unlocked version, you might have to wait for your carrier to push the update too. And I included mention of it in a note earlier in this video, but there's no iris scanner, so there's not going to be an alternative, really secure way to unlock your phone. We also don't have an LED notification light, which I know a lot of people used. Last but not least, the price can be seen as a con. The S9, when it launched last year, it started at $720, but the base model of the Galaxy S10, it starts at $900, while the S10 Plus, it starts at $1,000. It almost makes the S10e look pretty cheap in comparison. With that last one, those are all the things I dislike about the Samsung Galaxy S10. If you strongly disagree with one of the things I mentioned, please feel free to drop a comment and try and change my mind. Otherwise, just let me know what you dislike most about the S10. I'd love to hear your thoughts. As always, I'm BoHD from PhoneDog.com. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you right back here in the next one. See ya.